Hi all, Jean here. Don't forget to subscribe and like my channel. Thank you. Yeah, you subscribing to my channel would help me quite a bit. And this channel really is for everyone or anyone who wants to begin again. So it doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter where you are in your life. It doesn't matter how many times that you think that you have failed, because this is one of the things, right? I see this happens a lot. Like it has happened with me, um, not pursuing something because I'm afraid that I am going to fail that specific thing. So, because I'm afraid that I'm going to fail that specific thing, I do not begin. I have all the excuse. One, for me, I try to get perfect. Let me do this perfectly. If I cannot do it perfectly, then I cannot do it at all, which is interesting because I have never actually been the type of person that consider themselves a perfectionist. Like, really. I remember some of the days when I stayed at the ashram. Yeah, right now you can see I'm not perfect. I remember when I was going through my program at the ashram, and there was about 30 of us in that program. And you have to keep in mind, our program was like a 4-month program. Well, it was 3 full months plus an extra couple of weeks if you decide to take the certification, the Hatha Yoga certification. So mainly you leave your house, you pack up and you come to this place. And 30 student in that program, it was considered to be a lot. Normally, the Ashram Yoga Development course, which is called the YDC, normally they would get at least 12 to 15 people for that period of time, sometime 20, sometime more. But I do know when I did my program there in 2011, there was actually almost more than 30 of us. And one of the things I remember that really pissed me off the most, like really, was the amount out of 30 of us, I think 75% of the people walk around going, I'm such a perfectionist. I'm a perfectionist. Not me. They were, speaking on how much they are perfectionists. No wonder things are hard for them to do. Well, fast forward to today, what I'm realizing is that I didn't realize that I too have um, tendencies, perfectionist tendencies. I'm not a perfectionist, but I have that tendency. And when it stopped me, is, when it comes on, my perfectionist tendencies, it comes on when it stopped me from doing something that I really wanted to do, or feeling there is no way I can look good doing this thing, so I am not going to do it, right? So, for instance, tonight, it is late now. I am I am fried, not exhausted, not even tired, but I am fried. I spend most of the day in ceremony. And you can hear this in my voice. I know you can hear this in my voice. So I spend most of the day in ceremony, and I'm not going to go through the process of what ceremony it was. And when I say not going through the process of the details, I'm not going to give you the details. It was very much sacred, very private, but most of it really and truly was, most of the day was spent in prayer. And right now, I am fried, and I can barely speak. What I really want to do is to jump on my bed which I am on my bed, right, already, cover down and get warm because, yeah, we in cold country here, which we don't mind. We have been in cold country for a long time. I haven't had too much time to do anything to my hair. And you know what? You see, there you go. I am starting to nitpick and pull things apart. But this is what happens when we do not, when we not only do not, but when we cannot begin again, when we do not even know the reason why we don't do the things that we say we want to do. We do not know why we procrastinate. We do not know, we know that we want to do this thing, but because of fear of failure, we are stopped in our track. And I can say that for now, that is a big mental thing. Usually the story that we are telling ourselves is the story that keep us stuck. So for instance, when I wanted to do this YouTube channel, I have wanted to do this channel for um, more than 2 years now. If you check, you would see that I've had my YouTube channel, I believe, since 2013. Um, and I did a bit of it, but then life, a lot of different things come into my life, and I, forget that that's something that I wanted to do. But in the last couple of years, not just this year, but in the last couple of years, I think since 2023, I thought it would be a good idea to have a channel. But I was convinced that I didn't know how to start. And that stopped me. I felt like I needed this whole curriculum of information to start. And so that stopped me. Now, the second thing that stopped me in my track, and I think I have mentioned this before, um, the idea that I have to get technical. I do not know the technology, and that stopped me. I allow not having a GoPro to stop me. I feel like I needed the right equipment. And even when I got my really beautiful selfie stick, I have my light. I don't really use the light too much. Normally, I just use the light when it's a little dark outside. I got a really good phone. I got this, I got a mic and all the things, and I still didn't start because I was convinced I didn't know how to use the mic as well. Believe me, I just had to clip it on, but I was convinced I didn't know how to use the mic. And so there is all these things that I made the decision that, although I want to do this so much, I couldn't do it because I wouldn't be good at it. Now, the truth is, I have never done it before. Well, a little bit here and there, but many, many years ago. But my point is, I just decided that, I need to be perfect at it. I need to know how to do it. I need to come on here and impress you people. I need to be able to be perfect when I come on here. I need to speak properly. I need to have the right, you know, teeth. I need to have the right glasses, the right look. There is so many things that comes up when we want to do that stop us from doing the things that we want to do. For instance, you may want to write a book, and I have written a book, so I can help you with that, literally. And it's the same kind of process. You go through that process where I do not know how to write a book. Of course, you don't. You have never written a book before. And that's a place to start. That's what I'm learning now. With this YouTube channel, what I found out is that I just have to come on and speak to my camera every day, really. And as I do that, I gain, I'm taking action, right? So they always say, if you do not know what to do, take action. So taking action, coming and speaking to my camera every day is actually slightly making me become a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera. And I can go on about all the many things that, especially when I'm feeling exhausted. But my point is, if you want to write a book, you go through the same kind of process. You don't know how to write a book. Well, you haven't written it before. What do you need to write a book? Who do you need to talk to? Do you need an agent? Do you need an editor? Well, you would need an editor, and the only way you would need an agent is if you have 1 million followers, and then they can help you in all these different things. Are you going to get a book deal? Well, in this day and age, we are all almost publishing our own book. But what I found out about even writing the book and even now doing this YouTube channel is that the truth is you just have to start writing. That's it. I know it's so simple, it's very stupid. But the biggest thing I learned about coming on to do something new that I have never done before is to do what your employers does, right? When you get a job and you start the job, you are on a 3-month probation. And the reason you're on a 3-month probation is that you have never done this job before. And even if you have done the job with a different company, you're working for somebody new. So you have to learn the lay of their land. And to learn the lay of their land, someone is training you, right? So, and within those 3 months, if you do well, they keep you on the job. And if you do not do too well, sometimes they keep you on the job. But if you really suck, right? If you really suck, they let you go because they all also understand that it's only so much you can learn in 3 months. Um, it takes time. You learn more as you go, but you learn the basics. You learn the fundamentals. You get to know what you need to know in the first 3 months. So I would say treat writing your book like a job, like a new job. And you just have to write in the first 3 months. You just training, you just learning and training. This is how I'm treating this channel. It's like a job. It's like, my probational era, which is, 3 months is about 100 days, 90 days, and you put 10 more days on it and you have 100 days here. So this is how I'm treating this. It's like this is my probational era. And tonight, as you can tell, I am wiped out. But I have shown up. And as long as I keep taking action and being in performance and not too worried about what I sound like, what I look like, what I have to say, whether it's important or it's not important, it is important to you. Yes, you, the person that stays until now, you really understand that this is important. It is important to the person who um, take an interest in my channel. And if you are that person, and I know that you are that person, I just love you. I love you because you see me and you get that after the first 2 minutes, I can just sow. That's what happens. It takes a moment and then you go up and you come down and there's no script here. I'm just sharing from the fact that I found something to share today that's like a miracle to me. And I'm impressed. And you know what? I'm going to post this because I'm impressed that I found something to talk about and not only talk about, but also to give you a tip on something that you might find very interesting. Treat your new adventure the same way when you get a new job. Treat it like the training ground. Treat it like a tricycle. Get on and train and forget everything else. So I'm going to leave this here today because, again, fried brains, all the things. I am being gentle and I'm being kind and I'm being loving to myself. And I encourage you to be the same. So do less and be more and subscribe to my channel. It is part of my retirement gig. And you all know YouTube is a business. And so I have a new side business Here, you see, I'm sharing that with you guys, and I am treating it like a job. So every day I show up to my job. At least regular jobs, you get to have 2 days off. So far, this job is so cool. Um, I have no days off, but I work less. I'm doing less and I'm being more. Love you guys. Subscribe, like, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about the whole idea of treating the new thing that you're about to do, treating it like, you're on probational time, like you're on your new job. Okay? Tell me what you think about that. And maybe tomorrow I'll talk about writing a book. Thank you guys.